Okay, cleaning of the island pellet stove. So what do we need to do? There's 3 phases of this really. Every day, if you're using your stove, you're going to pull this little lever here, and you're going to remove this grate out to approximately here and put it back in. What that's going to do is it's going to clean out all the rubbish that you've got basically in this combustion chamber, and it's going to let the appliance work properly. So that's your first one, and as I say, that's what we call preparing the grate or preparing the stove for basically use. On top of that, we've got basically every 10 bags of fuel, so every 10 bags of pellets approximately come in 10 kilogram bags, some come in 15, so you're talking about every 7 if you're buying bigger bags, etc. You need to hoover out the appliance. We do that with a chimney hoover, not your Henry the Hoover at home or a Dyson or any fancy hoovers like this. You will damage your hoover if you're using a bog standard hoover, so please do this. And remember, anything that you're doing inside the stove, anytime you open the door, the stove is off and it is at room temperature, okay? So we're going to clean it, we're going to hoover it out, we're going to hoover out the doors, we're going to hoover out all the boards that you see here, we're going to hoover out inside the combustion chamber. We're going to take this out and make sure this is all nice and clean. Inside here, we're going to go in here and we're going to hoover out all the rubbish that you see in there. That's all the ash that's been collecting in the box here. It's going to fall down when you clean the grate every day, and it's going to land in here. So as I say, every 10 bags, every 100 kilograms. You're going to also make sure that the gap, the hole that you see in here, that's your air supply that's coming through, which basically comes through the fuel, makes it burn before it goes up through the heat exchanger and therefore the chimney. So you have to make sure that's completely clear. So again, hoover that out, hoover out the appliance, everything that you see in there. Okay? Next one, every 100 bags of fuel, which is equivalent a ton, 1,000 kilograms of fuel. What you're going to do is exactly what we've just done. You're going to hoover out the whole of the appliance, but this time the baffle up here, you're going to take it out. And to take it out, we're going to raise it like so and lift it out. As you can see, there's our heat exchangers up there. That's basically what's happening is the gases as they burn come up and they go through them and they get heated up in the boiler, or if you're in a dry model, you're basically going to heat up a thin coil, if you like, to heat air in the room. You're going to clean all your 9 holes simply with your little brush back and forward. This one's just been done, so it's nice and clean. After that, to put your plate back in, recommend putting the plate back up into the top first, behind the lugs there. If you do this for the first couple of times, you are going to find you're going to need to get right down to be able to see the little lugs which hold that little stainless steel in place. Apart from that, that's all you're looking at to do. If you are burning on settings, say 1 to 3, 1 and 2 especially, you are going to get quite a lot of black and a lot of build up and find that you've got a lot dirtier inside. If you're burning 3 to 5 on high power, you will find that the appliance is much cleaner inside. I should also state that it's much easier to remove this little plate after you've been burning, you've switched it off, it's gone down to room temperature, to do it then. If you do this the next day, you do tend to find that the clinker and basically the impurities which are left from the burning process in here get a little bit hard and makes it a bit easier to get this out. If it is a little bit hard, the next day, just wiggle it back and forward a little bit until you find it comes clear. It is quite a tight fit on the plate to keep it in place properly, but that's our little tip for keeping everything just in the right place.